Motion by Trustee Harper, second by Trustee Kalani. Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item number 7A is pending new business, Road Commission Agreement, Blaine Limestone Cap. Deputy, or DPW Director, I was reading off your new name tag, but Mr. West, you have the floor, and just give us a brief explanation of what this would entail.
Thank you very much. The voter-approved Safer Roads Plan, part of the road millage that allocated funding to redo a section of Blaine Road, the gravel portion, with 8 inches of limestone back in the first year of the road millage plan. In subsequent years, that road gravel or limestone has broken down, and we had always planned and allocated as future maintenance within the road millage program to add a limestone cap, which is approximately 3 to 4 inches of additional limestone to that roadway surface. The Livingston County Road Commission has approached Hartland Township because you'll see in item 7B, we are going to, we have a proposal to, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of a different road, apologize. We approved the Maxfield Road limestone improvements at a prior board meeting. The Road Commission approached us and believed that it would behoove us to do both these projects at the same time. Now what that does is essentially bump up the scheduled Blaine Road limestone cap by 1.5 years, but there is some potential cost savings by doing both Maxfield Road project that we're doing with Brighton Township and Blaine Road at the same time. So the costs are approximately $25,000. The Safer Roads Plan allocated $95,000 at the time for this process of the limestone cap. So it's a significant cost savings.
Thank you.
I'll move to approve the Blaine Road agreement with the Road Commission and budget amendment for $27,500.
Support.
Motion by Treasurer Horning, second by Trustee Harper. Is there any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. And item number 7B, a road commission agreement on Kraus and Cullen Road improvements. Mr. West.
And very quickly, this particular project was not part of the Safer Roads Plan. However, the Livingston County Road Commission has approached the township numerous times over the past 3 years regarding the condition of Kraus Road. They have recommended a special roadway gravel mix, not limestone, for this particular project. It also requires some drainage improvements, tree removal. Last year, the Drain Commission replaced a culvert along this area, so there's been other entities that have performed improvements. The Livingston County Road Commission is recommending that we move forward with, or has provided us, I should say, with an opportunity to improve that roadway surface at a reduced cost due to some of the work that's already been done. As part of this project, there is a low spot on Cullen Road in between Kraus and M59 that has historically been an issue with drainage. That's the portion of Cullen Road that is included in this contract. It is not all of Cullen Road. The majority of Cullen Road is in great shape, other than this one spot where they do have a drainage issue. So it does include correcting the drainage issue on Cullen Road. I want to be very clear on that. The cost for this is approximately $96,000.
I'll move to approve the Kraus and Cullen Road agreement with the Road Commission and budget amendment for the amount of $96,000.
Support.
Motion by Trustee Kalani, second by Trustee Germain. Are there any questions or comments? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item number 7C is a resolution to repeal the ordinance number 41. Manager Wickman.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. The board discussed this at the last work session. The records that we had for this ordinance, we felt that in its current state, it's not enforceable. The board at that time determined to put this on the agenda for repeal. And if there was an interest from those residents or other residents to look at another ordinance like this, that they could petition the board for future consideration. It's a good timing as we're codifying the ordinances now and trying to clean things up. to reconsider this one.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution to repeal ordinance number 41.
Support.
Motion by trustee Harper, second by trustee Germain. Is there any questions? Being none, I'll have the clerk please call the roll.
Trustee Collier,
Yes.
Trustee Petrucci,
Yes.
Treasurer Horning,
Yes.
Clerk Chofiu, yes. Trustee Germain,
Yes.
Trustee Harper,
Yes.
Supervisor Fountain.
Yes. Thank you. Resolution passes. Item number 8 is board reports. We are in our second meeting already in May. We'll start with trustee Germain.
Two quick things, both dealing with HERO, the Hartland Enrichment and Recreational Organization that operates the teen center. First is, we do have a tentative construction date for the hoop house, which it's in June. I don't know the exact date yet, but that's to be worked out with the contractor. I spoke to him last weekend. And then secondly, the Hartland Consolidated Schools has approached HERO about a transfer of real property. I don't know if that's the right word. James, help me out.
Surplus property.
Surplus property, thank you. And what they have is several years ago, they had a gentleman who operated a above-ground garden area at the old Hartland High School with raised beds, and to keep his tools and so on, he had a shed which was wood, and it's in pretty good shape still, 8 by 10. They want to donate that to HERO and I guess transfer the surplus property is the proper way to say it. And included with that, there is miscellaneous tools, quite an assortment of tools for use in a garden center. In our case, we're building a hoop house. They also have a rain barrel that collects the water off of the shed, and 2 compost bins, which could be used for the food scraps that are generated at the teen center as well. So this came up since our last HERO board meeting, but the majority of the board members thought this would be a wise thing to accept, provided that the township board agrees that we could install these in conjunction with the hoop house at the where the HERO Teen Center is located. So I have had an opportunity to talk to Troy Langer, our person who's responsible for site plans, and he said that this would not be an issue, provided we meet the proper setbacks and so on. And he said if you're putting it near the hoop house anyway, that shouldn't be an issue. But we would need to generate a site plan drawing for his benefit, his use and approval. So I wanted to bring this up during my board report and get answer any questions the rest of the board might have, or get your feedback on whether you would like for us to proceed as I've explained.
Any questions? Sounds like a good idea.
Yep.
Okay? That's all I have.
Thank you. See, we go to trustee Harper,
No report.
trustee Petrucci,
No report.
clerk Schofu.
Memorial Day weekend is this weekend. Festivities start Sunday night with a cemetery walk. Local high school students from the History Club will be at various grave sites explaining family histories of fallen soldiers. The parade will be at noon on Memorial Day, Monday. Festivities in the park, Epley Park, will start around 10 o'clock and go till around 3 o'clock. Hope to see you all there.
Thank you. Treasurer Horning.
Nothing except the farmer's market is open 9 to 2, and it's really great this year. A lot of new vendors, some interesting items.
Thank you. I did a presentation in front of the chamber this morning, and the chamber seems to be doing very, very well. And they have their big event coming up, the Polo. Do you remember what day that is, Joe?
June 8th.
June the 8th, so that's not far away. Hopefully, it's going to be in the 70s. I would like Mr. West just to briefly discuss how the cleanup day went.
Sure, absolutely. This past Saturday, the Public Works Department held the Township's Large Item Cleanup Day at the Hartland High School. It takes place in the student parking lot, and although the weather did not necessarily play well in the beginning of the event, towards the end of the event, the sun came out, and although our car counts were on par with what we have seen historically, the preliminary material collection totals seem to be just a little bit down by about 10% from last year. And again, that's very preliminary. We're waiting for the official weights from all the vendors. But it was a great event, huge success, and I thank all the local partners that helped out with that event. We certainly couldn't do it without them. So thank you for that.
Yep, thank you for that update. If there's nothing else at this point, we'll take a brief recess, go into our work session. We are in a